Hey everyone, Phoenix here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to learn backflips in your garden. It would be really helpful if you already have a trampoline in your garden, but if you don't, that's okay, we can still learn it without it. This tutorial will go in depth from the early stages, a steep hill, then gradually going on less steep hills to flat ground. If you don't have a trampoline, it's okay if you don't have any access to a trampoline whatsoever, you can still learn backflips. So this process will be made easier if you have an old mattress lying around or something, or a bit of foam, or even some old couch cushions. Would just probably help make you feel more confident. Even if you don't have that, if you have a hill, that'll be so much easier. But even if you have just a flat back garden, you only need grass, then it is still possible. Just follow what I'm doing on the hills, to follow their same steps but on flat ground. If you can get a hill, that'll be so much easier. So we'll start from learning on the trampoline and then move it to the hill. So I'm not going to teach you backflips on the trampoline in this video. This video is about backflips on the ground. However, if you can do this on the trampoline, once you can backflip flat on the trampoline with no bounce whatsoever, then you're definitely ready to do it on the ground. Once you can backflip on a trampoline, then it's time to move to the hill. We're not going to already do backflips because we're probably not confident enough to do that straight from the trampoline. However, we are going to kind of learn back handsprings, but not really. So this progression, what I'm about to show you, is how I learned to backflip on this hill. You want to take your hands, and whichever side you want, just kind of put them down 180 degrees, and then pivot around your hands, like this. Okay, that's easy enough, right? Looks kind of stupid. It works. You can do it. Well, once you can figure that out, just tilt backwards a bit more. So you have to kind of lean back and catch yourself on your hands a bit. So once you can jump around like that sideways, start putting your hands kind of past your face a bit. So you have to move your head as you do this, so you look upwards a bit. This helps your head get used to looking upwards into the sky where you can't see the ground. Once you can kind of fall about like that, it'll start to come together more if you jump into it and put more weight on your arms. So as you start to do this kind of sideways motion, whichever side you choose to, lean backwards and sideways, put your hands down, one hand before the other, because you kind of have to, and then jump your legs over or around your hands, and then do that all in one motion, like you're trying to do a backwards handspring but sideways. Repeat that motion like you're trying to do a back handspring sideways, and then just gradually jump into it more. And then once you're getting your feet off the ground for a bit of amount of time, from here around to there, then you'll be ready to get more angle on it, and just start with more and more angle until your feet are kind of coming over your shoulders. So it feels like you're about to go straight over backwards, but then you rotate your body so your hands kind of land more to the side. As you practice this, try to make sure that your hands land the same way, facing the same way that you started your jump with, and they're not going like that or something. So you don't want to rotate your body like that. You want it to just go over your head and plant them, and then do that with more and more angle. You want to be doing it on one angle over and over and over, and then gradually increasing angle over and over and over. And if you're on flat ground, it's going to be quite hard, so you're going to have to jump quite hard, but that's okay, because when you backflip on flat, you're going to have to jump quite hard. But it's best if you find a park or a playground, find a grass hill and learn on the grass hill. You don't want to be wearing shoes when you're learning backflips, because it's like holding a weight for your feet. It's going to make the backflip a lot harder to do, trust me. Learn backflips with shoes after you can backflip flat. That one there was almost fully vertical, and you'll see on the slow-mo. I'll replay it and you'll see I almost went vertical there. That's what you're aiming to get to. As soon as you get fully backwards like that, that's a breakthrough in your mind. Because then you'll know the feeling of going backwards. After that, it's a case of doing that harder, higher, and then not letting your hands touch the ground, and grabbing your legs instead. Cool, so once you can do your fully vertical back handspring thing or whatever, even if your hands hardly touch the ground, that's great. Because what we're about to start doing is making our hands touch the ground less. Even that is okay. Because once you start sending it way harder and try touch the ground later, so your feet and your hands hit the ground at a similar time, and you'll start kind of doing a no-tuck backflip. So it should look like this. See how I didn't touch, I don't know if it was a frame there. See how I didn't touch the ground till like the last second, so I kind of like started to send a backflip. So my hands and feet are kind of roughly landing at the same time. If you can do that, that is how you learn backflips. And don't forget to swing your arms like this, because that is the start of the motion of the backflip. You'll get a lot of your momentum from this swing right there. This can be made easier if you have some cushions to land on, because this is kind of the stage where you might start sending a backflip but landing on your knees. That progression was transitioning from this to this. There's actually not a big difference in what you do, it's more about your mind. Because as soon as you start trying to touch your hands later, you will straighten up, and they look very different but they feel the same. So let's talk about the motion of the actual backflip. Have your arms in front of you, tiptoes, and then bounce on your toes, swing your arms, then you're ready for the jump. So just send that hand touch backflip. Because if you're on a hill, it'll be easier to do this without tucking. If you're on a more flat surface, then tuck your knees in a bit more, otherwise you run the risk of kind of landing on that, and that will really hurt. If you have something like this is perfect to learn backflips on, because you can just send backflips into this. Or you can do it with a mattress on a hill, just send your backflips onto that, and it will feel perfect. So this is the way you progress. If you've got just flat and something soft to land on, then you can do it this way, and you can do it the same way on the hill. So either you backflip onto your soft thing, and then move further forward until you're doing it flat, or do it on the hill and move it further forward until you're doing it flat. An important piece of advice I have for you as well when doing that: aim to jump more upwards and less backwards, because that means you'll get more air time. I'm going to move further down the hill now. So there's the flat ground, and there's the hill. We're just going to start moving myself down the hill. So now, if you've made it this far through the video, good job. I hope you're doing well. Now we're on the less steep part of the hill. Again, back, block. Then straight backwards. Then tuck. Just keep back flipping and moving yourself further down the hill. So I'll show my progression down this. Those flips there was every stage of the backflip, from the steep hill, less steep hill, and flat. or the soft surface to flat. That's the best training that there is, I think. The hill's getting less steep now, we're almost to the flat bit, but just keep transitioning down to the less steep bit. So you can see where I've been landing is this is the flat ground right here. So we're going to start on the almost hill, just for your mind to ease into it. You might spend a long time at this no tuck stage, but just practice it and you'll get it. Right, now we're basically backflipping on flat. Some of you may have had to start with this kind of terrain, so I'll show the progression on just flat as well for the people who don't have a hill that they can easily go to. Or if you just have a mattress or something, I'll show you for that. So just imagine that I'm doing this onto a mattress. Small back flop, getting bigger, small hand touch. So that is how you do a backflip on flat ground. I really hope all of you found this tutorial helpful. You can refer back to this course again and again. Even if you don't do flips for months, this trick will always work, because I've had to learn backflips like 3 times and I've forgotten them before, I've got a mental block, and I've used this exact training scheme to go back and do it again. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please, please, please comment in the bottom and leave a like. Comment if this helped you, and check out my channel for more unrelated tutorials, and let me know if you want to do any other flip tutorials, front flip, side flip, flips on the trampoline, anything. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy flipping!